So what does that mean? PG-15, we're allowed to say bum and not us? Is that what that means?
I don't know. I'm guessing GameStar has the PG-15 disclaimer because Oz kids are a bit rough around the edges. But I guess PG-15 in Oz equals to M for the rest of the world, I'm guessing. So, yeah.
Well, that's alright. We can say bugger and damn. As we got the next round going into full effect, we got the Soldier of Freedom team moving around to the back of the cafe. Minsky did an unfortunate poke out of the cafe with his 47, his 74, sorry, and he got dropped as Jono has popped the smoke right in the middle of the cafe. It might be a diversionary tactic because there's a lot of footsteps around the bottom, and Meg, Jono, Taki, and the big taser are all there. They're moving to the front of A now. Jono moving around to the garage, getting heavily pinged as Taki's decided to move in without his friend. Jono gets napped by the medic. Native taking down the taser in the cafe as the serious man tries to put one on the board for the Soldiers of Fortune, taking down the native on the statue there. So that'll be the end of the round for him, as we've still got a 4v2 situation. Jono and Sirius, the last one left. Jono's taking done a belly dive at the garage here and is being shot at over his head. He's got the bomb though. He's got the 47 and the 74U. Tries to move into the middle of the street, gets zapped by Zavrix as Zavrix is trying to display his dominance over the street. Sirius has the scope of these Soldiers of Fortune guys. He's looking around. He's got 4 guys to contend with each who aren't poking. The medic finally sees Sirius come into the front of A, and Sirius invites the medic invites him in for tea and strumpets the A as the rounds go to 5-8 on the Ozgamer scoreboard.
Well, he tried to do the mambo to kind of confuse them, just running around on the mid street, but didn't work. So, who figures? Well, 8-5 on the scoreboard, like Don said, and into the 14th round. Jono up against the medic, but the medic will have the upper hand. Natus will take the 74U and ram it up Taser's head as he decapitates him with a very nice place headshot. Techie will be dropped by Natus as well. So Natus wasn't using the 74, he was using the AK-47, and the bomb is dropped in front of bottom mech. So it is a 4-5-on-1 situation. This could be a team ace. Natus will drop his bloody hell, will drop his third, getting his hat trick, and medic will finish off the round by taking down Minsky, and that was a rush, I would say, in my opinion. 9-5 on the scoreboard in favor of the Maori Battalion.
That was nice. Natus was sitting in the butchers. He was firing over at bottom mech. I don't know who he got. I don't know who he got first, but I mean it was a good shot. I was standing right behind him. The Natus man was firing at the bottom of mech, and he managed to take one or two blokes down. I believe it was Taser. I can only see a pixel as we're moving into the next round here. As Sirius has already dropped the medic man as they're moving around, making their way through the cafe here. As Sirius popping a bit of smoke. Oh, what did he throw? He threw a nade as maybe just a little block nade to stop him from getting in. Natus is also going exceptionally large, like Godzilla. Sirius is still sitting in cafe, doing a little bit of poking around. Sub-Zero shot him as he pokes a little too far. As Natus on the other side, and the butchers, he's taking down Techie as well. Natus is about to go absolutely large. There's someone at the back of him. It's Taser. Taser's finally put an end to Natus's reign as Taser's now jumping around, doing a little reload dance. You know, just having a bit of a celebratory dance before he has to get back into the action now as Zavrix and there's a scope as well. Zavrix and Sub-Zero are in B. The scope did the scope for the Soldiers of Fortune guys. Jono did take down the big native man as native was trying to cross over the road there as Jono has successfully done it. But Jono, it's an unfortunate job for me to tell you that the bomb is with Taser is at the back of Butcher's now, and he has to cross back over to A that you've just cleared out. So Jono's in the statue of A, clearing it out. Taser has to make his way from the Chinese now over the front of A as Jono was making too much noise, gets snapped up at the Sub-Zero at the double palms. Zavrix moves around the corner, gets a Taser. Taser was trying to get to the double palms as well, and that's the end of the round. It's those two guys. Jono just couldn't meet up with him. Taser just couldn't get around there, unfortunately for them. So it's 5-10 on the Ozgamer scoreboard here today.
Indeed, Zavix will come out with a bit of a trick nade trying to get the B connector guy. Will he be successful? No, he won't. Native will drop Sirius, so that's 1-8. That's the scope, I think, down for the SOF boys. Native will drop Minsky with a delayed car bomb, Irish car bomb, and there he goes. 5-on-3 situation now, and pretty early into the round. 1 minute 15 seconds on the clock. 10-5 on the scoreboard. 16th round. And Maori Battalion are 3 rounds away from securing a victory. Techie with the bomb now, moving down the back alley into the mid connector now. Going down to Butcher's / Cake Shot, will come up against the Nadas if he's not careful. No, he will bug out, but there's someone at mid B as well, so he's coming down now the markets, the night markets, the arrow markets, whatever you like to call them. And here's the AK fire coming out. That will be the Zavrix. Will he be able to pop the Zavrix? Techie, sneaky bugger. He's not been detected yet, and he's just ninjaing his way. He knows he's surrounded by 3 guys, and who is that just ran past him? On the back street, Sub-Zero just runs past him. Yeah, it was the Scope. So Techie will take down the Nadas. That's one for him. That will give away his position. Scope will rotate. Sub-Zero scopes him up. Boom, shot. Techie goes down. 2 Sub-Zeros are 700. 2-on-4 situation now, and now the time is ticking. 15 seconds left. Taser drops its scope. Sub-Zero. Zavrix will be alerted, and he's at mid-B, so he probably will go a bit passive. And now they have no time to spare. Native will come up against the medic, and Johnny will knife the medic just for the lulz. And that will be the round 2 of Maori Battalion. Another round in favor of the defense, 11-5.
Taser to actually drop the scope then. He was just crawling down the street so the scope wouldn't pick him up, and then at the last minute when he had nowhere else to go, he popped up and rammed the scope. Then Jono ran into the front of A with a deagle only in his hand as well as the scope. Started deagling medic but couldn't pick him up, and then decided to finish with the knife as we got more nades than they know what to do with, quite honestly. We're crossing the street. The Soldiers of Fortune guys doing more smoke as the cafe is now heavily smoked. Natives having a look, but turns his attention back onto the front of A as Medic and Natus are both there, and they've snapped up the Sirius and the Techie guys. They both tried to move into the cafe. As no, Natus, sorry, he's in the front of Flowers. He's just taking down someone in the front of Flowers now. We've got the Jono man. He's being tagged, and the tag next to the cars. He's thrown his smoke. He's got his scope in hand, trying to run to the bottom. Medic was taking down the man to Taser as he's trying to move through the cap. He's dropped the bomb. Native has dropped the Jono. He's trying to move front A, and Minsky was the man who was playing cat and mouse with Natus over at the Flowers there on the other side. So that's 5-12 on the Oz Scammer scoreboard here today.
Indeed. And now Maori Battalion 1 round away from picking up the win. Shouldn't be too hard for them, but it is always the hardest. The last round, when you're at the last round at match point, it is always the hardest round to pick up. But Techie, there we go. Techie will drop the native with the early nade. Medic onto Sirius though. Techie, Techie's been going a bit bananas. Nadas absolutely huge shot with the AK-47. Headshot comes out onto Native, I think it was. No, it was onto Taser, who was at bottom mech, if I'm not wrong. He just went down like a sack of sputters, as you would say. 4v3 situation, 1 minute on the clock. Jono onto Medic. Sub-Zero getting spammed by the AK-74. That will be probably the Techie, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it will be the Techie with the AK-74. He has the bomb and has Jono at the mid chops to give him some covering fire, base of fire, and that will be his marker for the point. But no, Jono will decide to move off, leaving Techie absolutely exposed. Natus will capitalize on that chance and make them pay for their mistakes. Natus will drop the Jono as well. Natus going big on the scoreboard. 20 for 10 right now, 20 bombing already, while everyone else is still below 15, except for Native, who's on 16 for 11. So Natus definitely the big hitter right now. So SOF Jono is like, should we say it now? Yeah, probably saying the GGs, and the GGs come out. Sub-Zero takes down Minsky with a very well placed nade. 13-5 on the scoreboard, but I think they will play on.
Yeah, that's right. A big shout out to Natus, who did get a 20 bomb. We've also got the native on the 16, Zavrix on the 14, the 13 goes to the medic, and the 11 goes to Sub-Zero there. Scope as the Taser man has decided to leave the Soldiers of Fortune team as he was topping for them, but we do have the Sirius on the 13, the Jono on the 10, Minsky and Techie both on the 6. His native is moving around the statue right now. He's picked up the Sirius. Jono moving around the corner, getting the reply on native that he needed. Sub-Zero has finally picked up his native and decided to use it on the Techie, who was moving around the statue once more. We've also got the Minsky, who was alone at spawn, and he's